Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is August 22nd, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security, and I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, if you like these types of videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate that, and it does help me out. So thank you very much for doing that. Also, if you see something I missed or have some thoughts, leave me a comment below. I do try to respond to everybody, and I like those also. All right, so today, stocks to watch. I have 10 actionable, 6 soon, and 2 patience. But let's go over just kind of where we are in the markets. I do an in-depth every Saturday morning called my State of the Market. But just a really quick overview, on the NASDAQ, the 370-ish area, that's the issue that is coming into. You see the equal weight S&P, came back, maybe a false breakout, but then it recovered really quick. So we'll see if this was a meaningful bottom. I don't know. IWM looks like crap, but it did bounce where it needed to, but it's still in a downtrend. So it looks like near done. So there's that. Again, there's all kinds of other problems going on in the market and breadth issues and stuff. All right, but that's not why you're here today. You are here for stocks to watch, and so let's go with the first one, which is MDXG, my medics group. So just a very clear place to play a breakout. Now you see here from all these wicks that sellers have showed up every time now, but the more time an area is tested, the more likely it is to break. And so, yeah, above $13, right? 13-ish. Maybe even a little bit before that, you could potentially play a close, 1295, 1290, a close up here. Yeah, MDXG, it looks really good. Next up is XM. The market had a pretty good pullback last week in a lot of names. So these are the ones that really held up well. Also, you'll see some of these may have been on, my patience or my soon list, and they're now in my actual list because of those pullbacks. XM isn't one of them. It's just consolidating in this range. Again, I like it against, this $44.80, $45-ish area right there. Now the moving averages have now caught up to it for the most part. And things are looking good, but it still has to break out in order for this to be actionable. XM. BHVN. It's a biotech, I believe. But yeah, it's an uptrend, broke out, now it's ranging. We have to get above here. I like it because it's near these, bunched up moving averages. But there you go. It's BHVN. Next up is Mara. So Mara came back, and it's kind of just been making higher highs and higher lows. I think it could get back into this $48 range. Again, it just came back right into this area, had earnings, and then broke higher. So it's Mara. Here's Unity Software. So this was on my patience list last week, and now because of the pullback, it's now for the most part actionable. We'd love to see, like one more consolidation, little day or two right there, and then this would really be actionable. But great volume coming in on these pullback days, much lower volume, and higher volume on this nice candle right there, 5% up. That's Unity Software. Seattle Genetics, came down again last week, bounced off the 23, which is what we'd love to see, and it's trying to move higher again. So yeah, so I think at this point, moving averages have now caught up. So this would be some kind of early entry or the more traditional breakout here. Breakouts are right now, a lot of them aren't working, so you got to be careful with that. The market is definitely has some cautionary flags out there. Next up, LTHM broke out. This was another one that needed patience. came back almost a 23-day, right? And bounced higher. Now it's right above this area. I think it's a great place to manage risk again. Moving averages have caught up. Things are looking pretty good in this one. Decent accumulation volume overall as live and LTHM. Zoom info. This was the important area, had earnings, tons of volume coming in. And then you have this low volume pullback right to the right area. Moving averages have caught up to it. Here's a VWAP from earnings. Price is still above it. Nice to see. Yeah, I like it against, these moving averages in this area right there. That's a ZI. GLBE. GLBE, Global E had earnings, and with earnings came, the volatility. This looks like it was going to be an amazing day. Seller showed up though. Boom. So it was still up 1%, but it was up a lot more than that. But seller showed up. Then the next day we had some more buyers come in, and then just kind of going sideways, right? But moving averages have caught up. There's still an uptrend, still bullishly aligned. That's looking pretty good. If you want to just real fast. Yeah, I mean, I still think it's got high type flag potential. It's a little bit long in the tooth in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, not quite high type flag, but it still looks really good. That's GLBE. And again, in the last one, the actionable is going to be CDAY. I liked it last week. I still like it. It still has to break out to be worth, investing in, but good accumulation up, nice kind of tight action in here. Moving averages are catching up. Looks good. All right, so there you go. 10 actionable names, 6 soon names. First one is Palantir. Here's the VWAPs from IPO and from the high, and prices trapped between them and has been kind of consolidating between them now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Moving averages have caught up, and I don't know if this is going to roll over or move higher. So that's why I think this is soon. It'll give us an answer. If anything, it's just in a range for now. Wouldn't trust this name unless it's above this area personally, because it's just that type of name. DOCS, Doximity, big up, now just kind of flagging out on lower volume. It looks good. I think it needs a little bit more time to set up and let some of the space kind of go away, let these moving averages catch up. But that's DOCS. I think it's soon. AXNX. Here's one that's just kind of moved out of this cup and handle. Came back, retested, shook me out literally on this day right here. And then what did it do? Straight up. That's the way it works. But it's looking good. I would love to see this come back and retest this $70 range. Let these moving averages catch up a little bit more. So that's why I think this one's soon. DDOG. Earnings gap has held it very nicely. Moving averages are almost caught back up again to a really good risk reward area. So I think this one also is a soon. It can obviously move higher too from here, but as of right now, I would love to see another more low volume sideways type action. But I think that move is coming. Upstart UPST. Here's the VWAP from the earnings. It's staying above it. Everyone's making money on this one right now from the earnings gap, but it needs to let these moving averages catch up. This is soon to almost patience right here on Upstart. I may have been able to put this one to patience too, but it just needs some more time. The last one in this group is VIR, is a biotech. So understand the risks involved in biotechs, but I like this area right here against it. And I think it needs to come up here and just kind of relax a little bit and let these moving averages catch up and potential breakout above, 50, 51-ish. I think that's a positive, right? So there you go. Those were 6 patients names. And I have soon names. I have 2 patients names. DLO, FinTwit favorite right now for obvious reasons. Giant day, but obviously way too extended. So now we watch it, wait for this tight action, start to relax, chill down, maybe kind of come back into the moving averages. Nice. If it retests, that'd be a great spot. Don't know if it's going to do that or not. That'd be too much probably. It'll probably hold the gap. But either way, tight action is what I'm looking for. Just need some patience. Price will do what it's going to do. And app loving. So this one, or a Plovin, or whatever it's called, you have the bullish cross here, VWAP from the IPO, price is back above it, everything's an uptrend. It's just a little bit extended. So it needs to kind of relax a little bit and again, just move sideways or something like that. I think that's going to be good for it, So which ones from last week? I had done my top 5 in no particular order. Let's see what happened. It was a tough week out there. So I want to go back and review some of these old ones. So here's Resi, really important spot. It rolled over underneath the moving averages. They're crossing bearishly. I'm out of this particular name. It has to set back up again, and it may set back up again. It's not that far off, but again, the area is pretty clear, and it just rolled over and violated moving averages. So done. MP, done, right? That's not what you want to see. I was out over here. Just wasn't going to have it. It rolled over, so it's got to set back up again. NTLA. I'm still hold some of this actually, and I don't love, but the moving averages haven't crossed yet, and so would love to see this come back up. It's holding its gap well, so I do like it. It wasn't on my video this week because it's now below its 9-day EMA, and so I don't put ideas below their 9-day EMA on my videos. So yeah, so this cup and handle is no longer valid because it's too deep of a handle, in my opinion. It doesn't mean that this is not a nice consolidation or anything like that. It could easily skyrocket tomorrow. So I think until NTLA is still a valid setup, if this is your thing. So that one was okay. Datadog hasn't done anything wrong, right? Hasn't done anything wrong, just that consolidation. Just hasn't started moving yet. But it looks pretty good. And I liked Unity, and I didn't get involved with it. I should have got involved with it on this day, and I didn't, and that was my mistake on Friday. I just didn't see it, so that was my mistake. But Unity looks really good too. So here we go, and let's do my top 5, and I'm going to keep a couple from last week. I think Unity and Datadog are on there. I think that XM is on there, and I like MDXG. So let's go over those charts real fast, then we'll wrap this up. MDXG, a little bit loose in there. I like it if it breaks out. It's really kind of getting tight in here. A lot of wicks on both sides. So I'm gonna put 2 in here. MDXG, or it could go to Z, right? I think Zoom Info. So you're gonna get 6, my top 6, because I'm undecided between these 2. To be honest with you, which one looks better? Decent setup. Risk is right here at 58. It's tech company. Tech is doing the best out of the market right now. So Zoom Info looks good. MDXG looks good. I still like Datadog. I still own Datadog. This one just is doing everything right, even though it hasn't made any progress. It's in a bad market. That's great, or at least a tough market. Unity, love this one. If this one comes back in just a little bit, I may be a buyer on this one. Looks great. XM, a breakout here looks fantastic. Everything's an uptrend. Everything looks good. Love that one. And DLO obviously needs more time. This needs patience, but obviously people are excited for this name. I don't even know what they do, but they like it at this price. So it needs a little more patience, but it should do well. All right. So there you go. My top 5. I wasn't sure about 1, 2 of them. So that happens. Let me just, boom, done. So the MDXG or Z, I kind of go with Z, I think, more than MDXG. DDOG, U, XM, and DLO. All right. Good luck out there. Be very careful. Tons of breadth issues. Tons of if you look at the MMFI, things just, this is percent of stocks above the 50-day moving average. And it's just, 35% is not very good. There's room to the downside if it wants to get there. I really feel like the big guys are holding up the market, and that may be because they're so liquid that if the market does roll over, something happens this week, news-wise, Jackson Hole, who knows, whatever, then the big boys can exit very quickly from those names. Just to be aware, obviously this is all for informational purposes only, but just be careful. Breath sucks right now. All right. Well, you all have a good week. Take care. Good luck trading. Again, like and subscribe to my channel. Really do appreciate that. I'll be posting some more charts later on today and all week on Twitter, as well as my scans at AlphaCharts365 is my Twitter handle. And good luck, guys.